Over here we have some grass. These must have been the large green flames the Ambassador Peliano saw.
With flames like these, who needs anemones? It's no wonder he couldn't get in.
Hey there, Dark Data, welcome. The room of the Grinch or Shrek.
Or an unholy...
Porque no las dos.
Yeah.
You're an onion, Mr. Shrinch. Gretch?
Yeah, everything was off. Dark Data, ChatGPT
Oh.
was really quiet on my end. The game was really loud.
It's quiet. Let me
I don't
see.
know why the audio
First thing I will check is. Oh wait, that's not a thing to check. You're not coming through that. Your volume is all the way there.
Hello. My mic is right next to my face.
I could turn the. Oops. Okay, what I can do is I can turn the game audio down. By comparison.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, hopefully that helps a bit.
Yeah, it's weird that the audio. I didn't know that until I started streaming solo. That the audio you hear isn't the same as the audio that they hear. So everything can sound great on our end, but it still could be messed up for the viewer. That threw me off.
Okay, Dark Data can hear you better. Yeah, audio problems. Almost all streamers that I've talked to about it seem to agree audio problems are the worst problem to have when streaming. Audio is the biggest pain to deal with.
Yeah.
It's very hard to self-observe how your audio is, and there's just so many factors that go in that it could look like it should be fine, but it's not. And it doesn't help also. Some people just hear differently and have better, some people, a certain volume may be loud enough to hear the talking, and other people can't. I tend to be the type that has trouble hearing somebody talk more than others in terms of audio balance. So sometimes I'll be in a stream and I'll be like, the game music's a little loud, I can't hear you, and then other people in the stream are like, you can hear him fine. I'm like, okay, well, it's just me, I can't hear you. Audio is the pain of streamers' ear resistance. Okay.
Should I really leave the slide?
No, you read it fine. I just was accidentally tabbed out while I was dealing with audio. Hey there, Dragon. How go you? Oh, hey there, System Malfunction. Wow, we have a crowd.
Oh.
How are you, System? I'm well. Okay, by the time you came to this room, had the fire already been put out?
Yeah, the fire died out or something by that time.
Then this fire in here only burned from the time of the fire started on the 3rd floor, until the Yatagrasu appeared and caused a stir in Babal, I suppose.
I guess Mr. Palladino was just lucky enough to run into this fire as it was burning, huh?
Yes, you could put it that way, and since you were the first to discover the body, we could assume that no one else entered the room until that time. Yeah, Dragon. I know Tuesday nights have been hard for you. Though, feel free to ever, if you want to, if coming in late, or not bothered by that. I know you've experienced the game before, so. But also, if you're just tired from work, don't feel pressure to either. I'm glad you're doing well, System. Dragon, you remember the ending plot twist this? Good, I don't.
I definitely don't.
I mean, I fully believe that even if you had played this, you wouldn't remember the ending plot twist.
I take that as a compliment.
Listen, I wish that I could replay games blind like you do sometimes.
Yeah, that's like it's like one of my weird curses that are actually superpowers. Just my ability to retain any kind of long-term memory to a game is very haphazard.
You know, I should, in the very off chance it ever happens, I should make a list of games I want myself to play if I ever like suffer memory loss. And be like, these are the games that you need to replay most.
I have a list of those.
You made a list?
Mm-hmm. Number 1, Persona 4. Not Golden. Original Persona 4. Number 2, Ocarina of Time. Hands down.
Oh, I'd be so worried that I'd replay Majora's Mask and not like it.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But Ocarina of Time. Chef's kiss. 3, Stella Glow. 4, Stella Glow.
You did replay it more than once. So. You bought it more than once.
I've played it plenty of times. And then probably Fire Emblem Fates.
Very interesting Fire Emblem pick. I would have more than 5 games on my list. But
I really like Fates. It was my first Fire Emblem game.
The entire Xenoblade trilogy would be on my list, and like 80% of the reason for that would specifically be for the Chapter 5 ending of Xenoblade 3.
I don't remember. Is that the plot twist chapter?
Yeah, it has a big musical song in the background.
When we learn about...
Yeah. I don't want to give spoilers because it's amazing, but like, I would need the build-up of the whole trilogy, so I would want that all just for that scene. But, Dragon said, what if you forgot where you put the list? You put it in your wallet, like other stuff, like your organ donor card and stuff. Stuff that you'll always have on you in case of accident.
Yeah, what are y'all's, at least, like, your top pick for game you'd want to replay if you forgot about the game?
I mean, that's really hard for me to pick a top pick. I'd have to mull on it a lot. Right now, the easiest to come to mind is Persona 5.
Yeah.
Base or Royal.
Are, like, it's one of those, like, it changes you.
But there might be another that pops up, and that's just more recency. That I'd have to look through my entire like history of gaming.
Yeah.
Like in terms of Zelda games, probably Skyward Sword might be the best in terms of like how it made me emotional. Dark Daddy said of Majora's Mask. Yeah, the thing is, I'd be worried that without the context of growing up with Majora's Mask, and like that, both a combination of nostalgia and I was new to the series. I had a walkthrough, like Nintendo Power official walkthrough, so I didn't ever get too lost, and was young enough to not care if I used a walkthrough. And then also the factor that just life experiences made me appreciate it more. And losing all those memories, I don't know if I'd be worried that I wouldn't enjoy as much. Outer Wilds? I haven't played Outer Wilds. I played Outer Worlds. That was a good game. I didn't see a full moon the other night. Might have been cloudy here.
Yeah, I saw it, but I didn't realize it was like a special kind of moon.
Kingdom Hearts 2, Dragon? Maybe. I mean, Kingdom Hearts, that's not the Kingdom Hearts games, the 2 Kingdom Hearts games that made me feel the most emotions were 358 over 2 days and Birth by Sleep.
Honestly, I like replaying Kingdom Hearts games with the foreknowledge of the rest of the series. So, like, weirdly enough, like, re-experiencing the Kingdom Hearts games without knowing about them might make me like them less.
Actually, I would like to replay the Kingdom Hearts 2, the opening with Roxas, with no memory of things, because like nothing wrecked me more. Like by the time he just like, it looks like my summer vacation is over, I was just like, this is the worst. Who did this?
Yeah, no, who hurt you, Nomura?
Like Roxas was just existed to be a punching bag at that point, just for the entire intro.
Yeah. Hi, Outcry.
Hey there, Outcry. Dragon Seed, Final Fantasy 7. Final Fantasy 7 would not for me. I don't care as much about Final Fantasy 6, maybe. Zero escape games, that actually would be true. It's just a wild experience, though Zero Time Dilemma is kind of a little but...
Yeah. Outcry, we're talking about which games, if we had the chance to play them without having the memory of having played them before, we would like to play.
In Dragon Super Mario 64, I am one of Super Mario 64's harshest critics. I would hate it if I replayed it with no memory. Already replaying it with memory, I only enjoy the first handful of worlds.
Yeah.
And like by the upper floor, I'm like miserable and just trying to get through it.
Ooh,
So
Crash Bandicoot would be a very fun game to re-experience.
that'd be a fun game to experience.
They're great games.
I have the
second
trilogy.
one is my favorite.
I have the Insane trilogy. I played a bit into the first game on it, and it just got really hard, and I got frustrated, and I dropped it, and I didn't want to play 2 or 3 without finishing 1. And
Yeah.
I have the trilogy, though. I could do it at any time. I got frustrated enough that I switched games, and it didn't happen to switch back. I wasn't hating the game itself, but...
That's how I feel about Mario Sunshine. I bought the limited edition All-Star for the Switch and started playing, and as soon as I got to a floodless level, immediately put it down.
I love the floodless levels.
I'm done. My heart, my body does not have room for the anxiety that are floodless levels.
My favorite part is when you get to do the floodless levels with a flood.
Yeah, floodless levels with flood I can tolerate.
Yeah, well, you have to beat them first, but then you have to
bad.
Once you beat them once, then you have to go back for red coins there, but you have the flood, and you have a time limit. And that's the best part of it.
I don't think I would ever be able to 100% Super Mario Sunshine.
I've 100% a few times. Sunshine's my favorite. I think even if I lost my memory, Sunshine just vibes with me the right way. Yeah, it's the atmosphere.
I love the game. It stresses me out. I'd rather just watch somebody else play it.
Crash is a masochist platformer. I mean, I also hear the first Crash game had like some first game syndrome in it. I had a lot of people who are like, just skip it, just go to the second one.
Yeah, the second one's great. The second one is my favorite. Like you don't need the knowledge of the first game.
Yeah, I wasn't assuming I needed the massive deep Crash lore to track it all. Anyways, I don't even remember why we went into memory loss tangents, but if no one other than the person you're chasing, of course.
I knew it. That person I saw was definitely up to no good. I mean, that person could even be Mr. Kochin's killer.
That is very likely to be the case. That is very likely to be the case. I added an A there. After all, that person came into this room before you.
Famed voice actor Kevin Afghani has walked in here.
Does it sound like Kevin Afghani?
I'm a big fan of your... what is it? No, ask me a question, Arthur? Is that... Every time. I have to look it up every time.
Query me Quincy?
Query me Quincy. I love that.
And it's don't feel like you're up to drag. It's good to have a conversation going. And Sister, you haven't played any of the Castlevania games, so you would put them on the list. That's the point. You don't need it. You could already experience them blind then. You don't need memory loss.
Maybe System Malfunction knows the story of the Castlevania game, so he.
That is, I guess that's a point. I can't think if there's any games that I felt were spoiled to me enough that I wish I could have played it without knowledge. I mean, it does kind of happen, like, especially games I play slowly. I wish leaks and stuff didn't exist for, like, Pokemon, the recent DLC, but, like...
Ask me for directions, Arnold. That's what it is.
Oh, yeah, it's, Hey Arnold's father.
Yeah, we did establish that.
I mean, he got lost in the jungle, didn't he? Isn't that, like, this backstory?
I think so. Like, the fact that you know so much Hey Arnold lore is very...
Hey Arnold was, like, one of my favorites as a kid.
It explains
But I did not think I liked it as a kid, but I watched it constantly, so I did.
It's terrifying. But, I want to say something about what we're talking about.
Yeah.
What were we talking about?
Playing games that you were spoiled on?
Yep.
I think.
Because, like, ironically enough...
Oh no, you cut out. An important time. We got ironically enough. What? You're back? You're back now. Okay.
My experience with System is very similar to what System Malfunction is saying. Because, like, I had watched a full playthrough of Persona 4 before I played it myself.
Yeah.
So, like, that would be even more of a reason to be able to experience it, like, again without any, like, knowing that.
I mean,
Like, even knowing this.
You know, I had a trickle down experiences of Persona 5 from you before I got to it. But I mean, it was years. I didn't remember most. All I remembered is that Futaba was my favorite character, and then Futaba turned out to not be my favorite character. Like, I like Futaba, but, like, out of the main cast, I think Makoto was, not counting royal characters, so...
Yeah, Futaba definitely is one of those characters where people are like, "Oh, I love her. She's my favorite."
She was my favorite.
Like...
She was my favorite because she was the only one I saw the full arc of when you played it, and I didn't even remember that arc when I played it. I just remember loving her, but like I didn't see all the characters' arcs and realize that they're all really good, mostly other than Ryuji.
They're all really good,
except Ryuji. Ryuji's just fine.
This is actually, it's a penguin.
It's Gunther.
It's Gunther. Yeah.
It's Orgalorg.
It's Orgalorg. It's actually a dog bed. But I bought it and it's soft enough that, like, on all sides, it's not even like one of those that have like the anti-grip in the back. It's just like a really soft plush. So it's like a comfort thing. You
know those like double-sided plushies that you can like turn inside out into a different one?
Yeah.
There should be one of Gunther into Orgalorg. And the Gunther one's like still small, it like compacts it inside, and then you unfold it into big Orgalorg. Like, I'd get that. I didn't even watch most of that. I've been time at that point in time. I'd fallen off, but like, that was a cool twist, I thought.
I am wearing a black shirt too, though. So yeah, I could see why you would think that.
Shiny Rowlet.
Yeah.
After all, that person came to this room before you, and must have chosen this room precisely because they knew no one would be in here.
Okay, then maybe the green fire was where it was to prevent anybody from coming in? But then, what did the person set on fire to make that green flames?
Well, whatever it is the person burned, it made a rather sizable fire. You guys know what it is!
And since the fire is green, well, we've seen something that burns green, right? It's a bit tinier than these flames, but you get what I mean.
Yes, I do believe that what you're thinking is exactly why these flames are green. Why do we talk like that? Nobody talks like this!
Nobody talks like this.
Which fire-related piece of evidence burns the same color as these green flames?
Do we still have the stack of dollars?
Counterfeit bells?
Or is it just the bottle that we're supposed to... Like, it's the ink.
it
But, like,
doesn't
is it,
say it there, but
like,
yeah,
is the
it's
dollar bills is what's gonna say that burn screen?
that would. I feel like this is a case of you thinking ahead.
Oh, okay.
Like it probably will be the dollar bills, but I don't think they've established that, even though it would be used with Babyliss ink. Source of the green in these flames related to that. No, man, you're right. I'm too many steps
really?
behind.
Well, I don't think they're related at all.
Oh. I mean, this should still be related. Come on. So it really
That's
isn't
my
related
point.
after all.
That's my point. Hey, you honestly apologized this time for being wrong.
What? I'm always honest.
And that's a good thing. Now, just keep on doing it.
I can need to think about this more carefully. Stay calm, the answer should come to me. It's green flame, it's the same as the other flame. I mean, technically, wouldn't these also?
Yeah, if it was all used with the same ink.
Which
yeah.
they've established it is. I think the counterfeit bills is what they want us to say, but we have like several things that should burn green. Oh, no, it's not the money.
It's not the money. And you already tried the ink, right?
I just remembered earlier on, as AKA last time, you mentioned that you had printed a bunch of pamphlets and they burned up entirely. So it is the pamphlets, I think. Wait, is the guide the pamphlets? No, that's not a pamphlet.
The fire. What is the fires in the ball? What does it say?
It's just the fires that you can just... Descriptions of the fires. Like, I think it must be the embassy guide. Wait. That's related to the ink. This doesn't say it's in the ink.
Is it the lamp?
Lamp?
Because the lamp burns green.
Might be. We might have been too many steps ahead after all.
The wick crystal oil burns green.
Yeah, okay. Jeez, really? That was dumb. Because we've already established that the other thing, the ink burns green, and those all have ink on them. According to the descriptions.
Yeah, but like you said, we're just one step ahead of the game.
I think you were 2 steps ahead. I think I was just 1 step ahead.
I'm always steps ahead, and that's what stresses me out about this game.
This silhouette lantern. It's the green flame coming from the wick crystal oil it's burning. Maleficent
Yeah.
dragon says.
That's the fire that I was thinking of too. I love the green it gives off.
I think we've now established that the green flames are caused by wick crystal oil. Furthermore, we know that there's
of days in the darkest of nights. Something.
Green Lantern's light.
Green Lantern's delight.
Light?
Oh, you know.
Green Lantern's Delight is my favorite, like, foreign candy.
I really hated that Edmund sold his entire family over for some of those in that Narnia movies.
Some of Green Lantern's Delight.
Yeah. Like, they don't even taste that good.
Oh, yeah, I've tasted Turkish Delights, and I was not a fan. But I could
Can
be
you
a fan
imagine?
if I'm sponsored.
By the concept of Turkish delights, not even a specific brand. Just
Is that not a brand name already?
I mean, I'm sure somebody's trying to sell them as like branded, but that's like calling like all sandwich cookies that are chocolate based Oreos.
I didn't know it was a type. I thought it was like a brand name candy.
No, I think it's just like it's like a pumpkin pie or like a Black Forest cake. You
Or a
know?
Black Forest ham cake.
We already made this joke. I want to make a cake out of ham.
I want to make a ham out of cake.
It's not possible. I don't think you can cure sugar in that way.
Anything's possible with enough
Of today's sponsor,
molecular engineering.
molecular engineering. Don't forget to use code CIJV next time you want to manipulate something at the molecular level for 10% off.
Furthermore, we know that there's only one other thing made from wheat crystal oil.
Oh, you meant that thing Mr. Palino was mistaken about, right?
Yes, precisely, as we found out earlier in our investigation.
What? I don't get it. Can you fill me in, sir?
Fine, I suppose I will fill you in. Explain it in a way that even you can understand. This is a thing made from wheat crystal oil that Ambassador Palliano is mistaken about.
The dollar bills this time?
Or is the ink? The ink's made from the oil. I mean, the counterfeit bills just say they're made with Babyliss ink. The Babyliss ink says it's made out of wheat crystal oil.
Then I guess
So-
I'll do the ink.
Oh, so it wants me to be okay. This Babyliss ink is made from the wheat crystal oil. Like, I was gonna be mad if at that point it was like, okay, skip the step now.
Oh, so it should burn the same as the green color of the flames in the lantern, right?
Yes, precisely. However, the green flames in this room were not from a bottle of Babyliss ink.
Because we found the ink Mr. Cochin used on his desk, right?
Yes, however, we know that Mr. Kocher was smuggling the ink in massive quantities. Now, what do you suppose he made using all that ink? I believe what he made with that ink is the answer to what gave birth to the green flames.
Oh yeah, I'm beginning to really feel the energy coming from you, Mr. Edgeworth.
It would appear that I've finally found it, the smuggling ring's real goal. Made of Babyliss ink, this is the source of the green flames. What do you mean finally found the real goal? We already found counterfeit bills! He's really feeling it. I'm really feeling it, Mr. Krabs.
It's crabs time.
Everything's gonna be right as crabs.
I forget all the other ones.
Does he have other ones?
No, I was trying to think of other characters and their catchphrases.
It's
then I'm
Ricky
like-
time? I don't
just
know what
think of
Ricky's.
Rex, but that's from the second one.
I guess. I mean, there's Ricky. I don't know if he's a catchphrase. I don't. Oh, there's Dunban. Born in a world of strife.
The second one is just there's just some quality ones in the second one that really stick out.
Think you could take me? Oh no, you froze. You froze by the think you could take me. Nintendo decided that you had to be stopped.
We can't.
You're back.
They patched it out.
Yeah, but you're back. They patched you out temporarily.
I mean, they patched out the think you can take me.
yeah, and then they targeted you. I shouldn't have done that. My bad.
Nintendo don't play around. They're like, that doesn't exist anymore.
Well, we should take that as a warning. Next time might come for us personally.
I know. Just you hear a knock on the door, and then you're like, Miyamoto-san, no. Then you get forced to play WarioWare smooth moves for the rest of your life.
Nah, it'd be like Wii Music.
Yeah, probably.
What would consume that great volume of ink to make? That would be the counterfeit bills that smuggling ring made and are circulating in Zhengfa.
You're kidding! You're saying that it was Mr. Cochin who made the counterfeit bills?
Dragons against the odds to choose to fight. Isn't that also a Dunban?
What does Mia say? She's like, go hard or Gormati. It's so bad.
I guess. I don't remember. Listen, I have the least memory of 2 because it's been the longest since 1 got a re-release.
Yeah, ironically enough, 2 is the oldest game that we have access to play on modern hardware.
Yeah, because the way you worded that stipulation makes X not count. So.
Yeah.
I believe you could even go so far as to say that he stole Babal's printing press. Also, it's very kind of cool that in the 6 years that we've had the Switch, we've had the entire trilogy of Xenoblade Chronicles on one system.
They saw
and none were ports.
Practically printing money. Like they were like, we gotta get it all out. People are gonna want to play these plucky young boys.
Yeah, they didn't even. And the first one wasn't even a port; it was a full remaster.
You gotta give it to them. They wanted us to experience the Monado.
Ambassador, Mr. Cochin had permission to freely use the printing press, correct? Well, yes, and I do remember seeing him use it in the middle of the night. But never did I think he was using it for such a foul deed. Ambassador, because of your secretary's crimes, you will need to be investigated as well. Oh, yes, I suppose so. We've caused a bit of trouble for a few countries, haven't we? It's my duty to search out all who shielded Mr. Cochin and concealed his crime. For they are the ones who started the fire in order to destroy the evidence. Okay, cool. Whatever happened to Salmonella? He cameoed, I think, already in this game. This grandfather clock was apparently in a different position before the fire. According to staff members, the clock was flush against the wall before the fire, so... Oh. Position. I don't know who read that, to be honest. Which means that most likely it was moved by someone during the fire.
Speaking of which, it's technically 11 o'clock right now, but I don't hear any chiming.
Oh, he didn't ever show up again, Dragon? I thought he showed up in the background at some point in this, like... Not with a portrait. Oh, that's odd. It was still chiming right on the dot of every hour this morning. Maybe the fire damaged its internal mechanisms or something. Best Drupiliana, maybe take a look inside that clock. Sure, go on right ahead. Detective Gumshoe, if you could please inspect the insides of this clock.
Yes, sir. I'm on it. Mr. Edgeworth, I found this inside, sir.
It looks like a length of wire. So this is what's causing the clock to stop chiming. Alright, I looked at it quickly. I thought it was a condom.
Which thought it was a condom?
Yeah. I just saw the ring and yeah. But what was the long length of wire doing inside this clock in the first place? What?
What was this long length of condom doing inside this clock in the first
Doing inside this cock in the first place.
Whoa!
Goes on the outside.
You said the C word.
Clock. Dark Days, it's time to investigate the clock. Why would someone do this to such a valuable clock?
It sounds like it wasn't Mr. Palladino that put the wire in there.
And perhaps it was Mr. Cochin's killer who did it.
Looks like all the souvenirs suffered some damage from the fire. I don't believe it. Murder on top of arson? What a disgrace to the name of the Yatagarasu.
The fake Yatagarasu is guilty of much more than just theft, it seems.
I know, because if it were me, my first priority would have been to loot this bookshelf.
You would steal
I feel
ordinary
like,
souvenirs.
We've already read this before we switched. This is where now she's going to talk about they have memories and blah blah blah.
Yeah. But that was before everything was green.
Yeah, I'm just saying I'd started to notice that I felt like I said those lines before. Looks like one of the Babyliss knives was already missing before the fire began.
How would you know? So it would seem, especially since the other two knives' handles are burned away.
The remaining handle was swapped out with the handle from the real murder weapon.
They're so inconsistent with this because they put in the information only of what they know, and then they look at things and are like, huh, things are different. Or different than I thought they were. It's like...
Yeah. Like, functionally, Little Thief just presents itself as a way that we can see all the investigation that Gumshoe did. It's like Gumshoe got all of this information, put it on paper.
And us, and...
Yeah, told Kay, and then Kay just made it appear so, like, us as the player can experience it. Because, like, this would take so much more unnecessary time for like an actual detective that it would be unfeasible. Like, it's just a waste of like time.
But just like they're like, oh, this thing is... It turns out this thing was missing but back then too, because it's missing in our hologram. It's like, yeah. But because you didn't put in the code that to put it there. Like, why would...
Yeah, to manifest it. Yeah, like by that logic, any of this stuff wasn't in there if you didn't know about it, so you didn't include it. And Babal's national treasure was stolen. Poor Babal, don't you think?
I'm not sure I would lump the replica statue in with the rest of Babal's woes. It's the charred remains of a fallen ceiling fan.
Oh, I've seen a few of these before. They spin around and around and play music.
Oh, we've reread this.
Yeah, that's it. They're totally alike.
Spin those babies right round like a record.
Excuse me. So Babal's really into pushing their tourism industry, huh?
Yes, it would appear that way.
You know, I'd really love to, like, take a trip. Hey, why don't we take one after this case?
Do you already have a destination in mind?
Well, ideally, I'd like to go somewhere where I can continue my thief training.
Well, if you want to learn the fine art of stealth, perhaps you should visit the studio where they make the Jammer Ninja TV show.
Hey, that's actually a really great idea, Mr. Edgeworth.
Can't believe she took me seriously.
I mean, that is kind of a good idea. It's a fantastic idea, but it's good.
Yeah, but you know Edgeworth looks down on the Jammer Ninja, so...
Yeah.
Fireplace, huh? So Babal's offices have them too. Oh, yeah, this is all the same. I wanted to examine the flag that's lit up and apparently different, but... I guess I can't, because it's up high. Come on! Talk so much. There we go. Fine, chair. That looks like a very comfortable chair.
Well, it doesn't look all that broken, so why don't you try sitting in it?
No, I'd better not. It's very important that we preserve the crime scene at all times.
Wait, but you're always touching all sorts of things like crime scenes.
That's because I'm a prosecutor. Oh, this is the same thing as before, too. What's different? The curtain? The curtain's lit up.
I mean, it looks like there used to be a suitcase underneath the chair. Is that something?
You can see the Alabaster Embassy through that window.
So when you were investigating, so where were you when you were investigating over there, Mr. Edgeworth?
You can see it from here. I was there on the 5th floor. That's where Damask II was killed.
What? You don't mean the second? Oh, poor guy. As a fellow second-generation thief, you can't just turn down a blind eye to this.
Even though Damask II was merely an imposter of the original.
Wasn't the original Master Mask in jail?
I can't look for this. No, the original Master Mask got away scot-free because we defended him so great. And then when we proved it was him later on, there's double jeopardy. So
I recall now.
it appears the desk is largely unchanged from before the fire.
Yeah, it just got a little burnt, that's all.
It's a very fine desk. I'm sure that even now it's still usable.
Is that great? Why don't you trade your desk with it?
No.
It's just a suggestion. You don't have to get monosyllabic on me, you know? It becomes 0 syllabic.
This safe wasn't open at the time of the fire.
You could tell because the inside wasn't burnt, right?
Yes, thanks to safe fire resistant. This is also before. That's not what I want. Is it what I want? Connected fireplace renovations. I don't think so, but
I don't think so either.
what else is there to examine? I don't think it's really talking to anybody. What? Detective, you took part in the initial Babal investigation, correct?
Put out both fires, sir.
Okay, we got half of that, so that's fine.
But that first fire took me by surprise. I had a tough time escaping the 5th floor. First, I tried the elevator, but I guess someone else had the same idea because it was in use. If I haven't remembered to use the stairs at that point, I'd been burnt to a crisp.
Wait, that's odd. We always warn our staff that in the case of a fire, it's dangerous to use the elevator. Oh?
Maybe someone wrote it in a fit of panic?
Detective, did you see that Yatagarasa that came into the Babali's embassy at all?
I didn't personally. And those other staff members told me they never got a good look at that person either, sir.
I wonder if you could tell me a bit more about what you discovered, Detective. During the fire.
Can you hear that?
What?
I mean, if you can't hear it, then, there's just somebody downstairs is watching a movie kind of loudly. I don't know if the mic is picking it up.
I don't believe so.
Okay, if it starts picking it up, let me know. Like, there's not much I can do as far as like, other than outright just telling them to lower it. But like, that's kind of rude. So if it doesn't bother the stream, then I'm not gonna tell them anyway. The second fire broke out around the time the Yatagarasa was spotted in Alabast. That's also when a suspicious person was spotted in Babal, which caused some panic.
So no one was able to get a good look at this Yatagarasu that entered Babal.
Yeah, all they saw was a mysterious person wearing a long coat. But that's not enough to make a positive ID, you know?
Still, it was enough to make the people who received the calling card panic even more.
Person in a long coat. Sounds like the exact same person I saw.
The Yatagarasu that appeared in Elbas proved to be just a fabrication, a shadow. In light of that fact, the autographs that appeared in the ball is also suspect.
You can't be serious. Not when we're this close to capturing the fake. I mean, Callisto, you?
So the autographs appeared, caused mass confusion, killed Mr. Coach, and then disappeared. By the way, Detective, why did you not chase after the Atagrasu?
I did, but well, this embassy is huge, sir. I got separated from the other staff members I was with and was lost for a while there.
You didn't even memorize the layout of the building you were to guard, Detective.
I'll be sure to do that from now on, sir. But you know, it was thanks to me being lost that I was able to come to Kay's rescue.
Oh, is that a fact?
Yeah, it was when I was lost and wandering around the third floor hallway, sir. When I heard a scream, I headed toward it right away. Oh, that's probably from when I found Mr. Cochin's body. Yeah, I thought it sounded like her, so I got real worried and ran as fast as I could. And it was thanks to Gummy that Miss Sheena wasn't able to take me away. You covered for me until you got here, Mr. Ashworth.
Oh, I see. So it can be useful once in a blue moon.
Still, too bad that Agent Sheena got here before I did.
I wonder where Agent Sheena was before you found her.
Well, just before I got to this room, I saw her coming out of the room next door.
Agent Sheena mentioned something about chasing the Atagrasu herself earlier.
Well, she apparently helped in putting out the first fire. And then during the second fire, I heard she was busy chasing the Yatagarasu.
She seems to be a very dedicated agent. You would do well to learn from her.
Why are you pointing at me when you say that, sir?
We examined everything in this office, but there's one thing that bothers me. How many cases are there? There's 5 cases system, and this is the final case. Perhaps I should ask...
But
Huh?
the cases aren't, they're not the same amount of gameplay length.
Yeah, that's
Some
fairly
are-
typical.
some-
Usually, Ace Attorney games, each case is longer than the last. There wasn't quite that case here, but this is the longest case in the game. The last one is always the longest. Ambassador Paliano, there's something I'd like to ask you about. Yes? Around this office, it appears to me to be very similar to Ambassador Elba's office. For example, the location of the fireplace and the position of the grandfather clock. Oh, that's right. You also paid a visit to the Alabastion side of the embassy. Our 2 embassies actually used to be one. Yes, I know. Even the pamphlet mentioned that. Which is why the building is bilaterally symmetrical.
You would think it would be the opposite.
Why?
If a company has an entire building, it would be weird for them to build it bilaterally symmetrically.
Is it?
Like, you don't need every single, like, if office to be an exact copy of the office that's bilaterally identically located.
But what about the off chance that your company is going to split into 2 companies and then share the building?
I mean, at that point, you just gotta recursively build it so, like, every single, like, square inch of it is symmetrically identical to any other square inch.
So like, crap, what is the word when it's symmetrical in a circle? I don't remember.
I don't know, but long story short, you just have to do a solid concrete slab. Like, that's it.
Has to be round.
Concrete.
Has to be round.
Why does it have to be round?
If you're trying to make it symmetrical in every direction?
Yeah, it would be spherical in shape, yes.
Even when where the art is located is the same, as my room is currently under renovation. We work hard to make Manny's room look like the ambassador's office.
You mean for your handshake photo op with the jamming ninja?
Yes, that's right. Fractal? Yeah, fractal might be. Fractally symmetrical.
All buildings just need to be fractals.
We just shouldn't add buildings. Problem solved.
Oh man, the future.
I mean, what's a photo like that worth if it's not taken to the ambassador's office, right? Yeah, another odd expression of Abal's obsessively competitive spirit with Alabasta. Take it. Thank you, Ambassador. That piece of information is all I needed to connect the dots. Connect the dots? Well, anyway, I'm glad I was able to be of some help. Okay, cool. That was... We didn't get logic out of that, right? We got a bunch of logic out of that.
Yeah. Bilateral symmetry and connected fireplaces? Or is it bilateral symmetry and Sheena in this location?
I don't know what Sheena's location meant.
Is it bilateral symmetry and renovations?
Only if you're trying to say that they must be doing renovations in the same spot at the same time.
Kinda.
It's like the, for anybody who's played Zelda Oracle of Ages, there's a town in there that's bilaterally symmetrical. And even the people in the town have to always be symmetrical. And they're all twins.
Yeah, I thought it was connected fireplaces.
I think it's fireplaces. Boom. The Alabasta and Babyliss sides of the building are symmetrical to each other. As you know that to be a fact, then this room's fireplace may also hide a secret passageway.
A secret passageway?
In Alabasta, the fireplace turned out to have a revolving back wall.
A revolving wall? That sounds like something out of a ninja house. Wow, there was a trick like that built into the fireplace, sir?
There was a thick like that. What?
Thick like that.
This embassy holds that kind of secret? There seems to be a lot of this room you don't know about, Ambassador. I guess it's time to pay the bill for letting Manny do so much work for me. Please, I really want you to know about the real Manny and what you know about this room.
What are you waiting for, Mr. Edgeworth? Let's get to the bottom of this.
Agreed, and my first thought is that it's likely the killer used the revolving fireplace.
It looks like just another fireplace, though, doesn't it? So, how do you turn it again?
Well, it doesn't. There's a huge X on the side. And Alabasta had to push where the X was on the far wall of the fireplace.
Oh, I see an X back there, sir. Let's see what happens when I push it. Oh, you scared me, sir.
There's something about this fireplace that lies in contradiction to the facts.
Huh? But we found an X where you thought there'd be one, right?
We did, but that's not what I was referring to. Something's missing from the scene. What does this contradiction mean for us? Won't Rustov inspect every suspicious-looking nook and cranny? I don't know what's missing. What I see inside this fireplace is starter wood.
Uh-uh. That's odd. Doesn't match up with what Mr. Palino said either.
Earlier. What is the meaning of this contradiction? The mustache? Not the mustache. If we push this X mark, the fireplace wall should turn.
A revolving fireplace fireplace wall? That's neat, sir. We should hurry up and...
Wait, Detective, there's something we need to examine about this first. Besides which, there is also something I'd like to test.
Like what, sir?
I'll tell you later, Detective. For now, let's continue with the investigation. I don't see anything. Oh, it's probably a deduce. What are we what are we deducing? Any ideas?
Didn't he burn, like, he burned, he said he burned the documentation, didn't he?
What documentation did he burn?
Like, he just said that that's something he did before. He was like, oh yeah, me and Cochin, we burned all of the documentation. And but that one doesn't have any ashes or anything.
Which documentation? Oh, is it here? Is it the testimony? Spilled Babley's ink into the back wall, averting files and fireplace. Left ashes there.
Yeah, so can you
there
present that with the logs or something? Is that a thing you can
Yeah,
do?
you're right, Dark Data. I think we just show deduce here. That there's no ashes in fireplace. Ambassador Palliano, you said that you burned some of the old files in this fireplace today, correct? Yes, I burned quite a few files from this morning, actually. And after you did, you forgot to clean out the ashes from the fireplace, correct? That's right, but why are you asking? And why are you making such a scary face? I'm sorry, I admit I'm a bit intimidating when I'm serious. In any case, take a good look at this fireplace and tell me what you found out about it. Let's see. Huh? Where did all the ashes go?
What's the meaning of this, Mr. Edgeworth? You don't really think that Mr. Palletto's lying, do you?
No, there's nothing for him to lie. No, there's no reason for him to lie.
There's nothing for him to lie.
And I don't believe his testimony's wrong either. It is the fireplace that is the problem. It is the fireplace that is causing the contradiction. Okay, I wonder if you might update the fireplace data for me.
Oh, sorry. You got it. I'll add the ashes from the burnt files in. Sounds like we've pretty much figured everything out now, huh?
Humph. Well, it was nothing. All I did was follow where our leads led us.
Oh, I sense it coming on. You're about to dazzle us again, alright? Oh, you mean that? Well, it's what Mr. Edgeworth is known for, you know?
There's really no need for you to dance around the name of what I'm about to do.